What's the story, Morning Glory? What's the word, Hummingbird? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this hectic review of season 4, episode 17 of Life After Lockup. Y'all, this episode was jam packed with drama. Oh my God, I don't want to keep y'all too long, so I'm going to try to stick to what's important, but no promises. Marcelino and Brittany. So Brittany has been going through her mind, thinking about exactly what went down between Amanda and Marcelino. And she's getting 2 plus 2, but she's definitely not getting 4. So there's some information missing because Brittany's main thing is, number one, why didn't Amanda tell her this stuff was happening as it was happening? As Marcelino was sending her these messages, these pictures, why wasn't Amanda running all of this by Brittany? Because Amanda's defense, or her excuse for not telling Brittany, was that she assumed that as she was communicating with Marcelino, Brittany was there as well. Like, she thought she was communicating to both Marcelino and Brittany, which is such hogwash. Because if Amanda really thought that, if Amanda truly thought that she was communicating to both Marcelino and Brittany when these exchanges were taking place, any decent friend would have ran it by Brittany just to verify that Brittany really was on the other end, because there's nothing in those messages, from what we could see, there was nothing in those messages that indicated Brittany was there as well. Marcelino was not talking in terms of we, like he's there with his wife and they're talking to Amanda. He was talking in terms of I. When am I going to see you again? Whatever he was saying, it was all coming from the point of view of I, not we, not us. Brittany's here with me. Brittany wasn't, adding to the conversation like, hey, Amanda, this is Brittany. I just wanted to know, blah, blah, blah. None of that. So I don't understand why Amanda would think that Brittany was there. And if it doesn't make sense, it's not true. So Amanda, we're not buying it. You did not think that Brittany was on the other end. You knew damn well that it was just you and Marcelino. And this is the reason why you didn't tell Brittany. That's what makes sense. That's what makes sense. You knew that it was just the two of y'all, you and Marcelino, having this private conversation, him sending you these pictures, and you didn't tell your girl because you didn't want her to know. And the only way that Brittany even found out about this was because, yes, Amanda did voluntarily give her the information, but it was when, Brittany was venting about her husband and talking about how they're so distant now. Marcelino seems like he's pulling away emotionally. She doesn't know what to do. She thinks that he might be cheating on her. And then Amanda brings it up like, oh, let me show you what he's been doing. And Amanda, if you really thought that Brittany was on the other end of those messages along with Marcelino, then wouldn't you have said, like, oh yeah, remember when you and Marcelino were talking to me and y'all were telling me all that stuff? But that's not how you phrased it. You're like, girl, let me tell you what he's been doing, what he's been texting me, what he's been messaging me. So you said it as if Brittany didn't even know about it. So your excuse, your defense of, I thought I was talking to the both of you, is total hogwash. So then when Brittany gets to Amanda's job, she calls her, Amanda comes out, and Amanda thinks that Brittany's upset because she didn't tell her soon enough. And so, like, when Brittany asked her, like, why didn't you tell me? Amanda said, well, I had a lot going on. I had a lot going on. That's what she says. And she thought that Brittany knew. When Marcelino sent the pictures, Brittany tells Amanda that she should have mentioned that to Brittany. We know why she didn't mention it to Brittany, because Amanda wanted to have some type of clandestine exchange. I don't want to say the word affair, but some type of a clandestine, secretive exchange with Marcelino. She was fascinated by Marcelino. She felt maybe some type of she was maybe feeling good that Marcelino was giving her this attention. Maybe she felt kind of jealous of Brittany and Marcelino's relationship. And she was kind of like basking in the glory of Marcelino, her friend's husband, giving her some of this attention. Amanda said that she had a lot going on at the time, and that's why, she didn't mention it. Brittany's upset that Amanda is not forthcoming with all the information. Brittany tells Amanda, "You didn't even give me all of the messages that was going on between you and Marcelino. You're only giving me what you wanted to give me. I had to ask you to send me like the full exchange, the full thread of what was going on between the two of you." Brittany wants to know Amanda's responses when Marcelino had sent the pictures, because I guess whatever Amanda has sent to Marcelino, whatever Amanda has sent to Brittany when it came to the pictures, it stopped right there when Marcelino sent the pictures. There was nothing that was sent to Brittany after that. So Amanda said that's when she kind of like, the cat got her, what is it, that term? The cat got her tongue. All of a sudden she couldn't talk no more. She was like, he didn't send me anything else. And Brittany was like, no, what was your response when he sent you those inappropriate pictures? Amanda said then she didn't respond to him. So then Brittany tells her that she's too much of a coward to be honest with her. And then Brittany knocks the hell out of Amanda. I did not see that coming at all. When that happened, when Brittany threw that punch, that very loud punch, because you could literally hear that punch land on Amanda's face. It sounded so like it was so disconcerting. You could hear, fist to flesh, fist making contact with flesh. So Brittany cold knocks out Amanda on her back, like laid her down flat. And Amanda tried to get back up or whatever was going on, and Brittany gave her another punch, hit her again, came after her again. Brittany was going for blood. Brittany was going for blood. She was going to mess up Amanda. She was going to truly mess her up if those people hadn't gotten in between them. So what did Amanda go to jail for? What did Amanda go to prison for? Did she go to prison for some white collar crime? Because I thought Amanda was going to get back up and put up her dukes, and they were going to start going at it. They were going to start boxing. But Amanda just kind of laid there, and Brittany was continuously coming after her. And if it wasn't for that man or whoever, the producers or whoever, if it wasn't for somebody coming in between them, Amanda would have been hospitalized. So Amanda wasn't even trying to fight back or defend herself. Brittany was coming to her with all of this rage. It was a sight to see. It was a sight to see. So Amanda runs back into her place of employment, and she's crying, and her mascara is running. And when I was watching this, I was like, Brittany, are you going to give the same energy to Marcelino? Like, what's going on here? But Brittany gets back in her car, and she's on her way home, and she says that she's going to be talking to Marcelino. And if he comes to her with some bullcrap, she was going to give him the same dose that she gave Amanda. My personal opinion about this whole situation: Amanda knew that there was no Brittany on the other end of those conversations. Amanda knew that she was just talking to Marcelino. It was just the two of them. Amanda's up to no good. She's shady. She's sneaky. She's not a good friend. Your friend's husband is, the decent thing would have been like, there's so many different ways that this could have gone. There's so many different options that Amanda could have taken, but she definitely should have told Brittany right then and there. Be like, girl, did you know that and even if you really thought that Brittany was on the other end, you still should have mentioned it some way, somehow, and be like, girl, you're cool with your husband doing this? Somehow let your friend know what her husband's up to. And then if Marcelino and Brittany, if that's what they were doing together, Brittany would tell you. She was like, yeah, I was right there when he did it. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Or, no, girl, I didn't know he was doing that. You should have mentioned it to your friend. You should, because there was nothing in that thread that would make you think that Brittany was on the other end. You were liking it. You were enjoying it. I don't know because I thought Amanda was a lesbian. So I'm very confused right now on why Amanda would not have put a stop to all of this. But either she wanted to somehow hurt Brittany because maybe she couldn't have Brittany, so she was kind of like enjoying the fact that Brittany's husband was coming after her. Maybe she thought this would break them up and then she could have her chance with Brittany. I don't know what was going through Amanda's mind. But what makes sense to me is that Amanda liked the attention that Marcelino was giving her. And I think that Marcelino was dead wrong for doing what he did. It seemed like he was trying to start up an affair with his wife's friend. And I think that's the problem when you have these menage a trois, is that things get very blurry. The respect that was once there is no longer there. The lines are being crossed. People now feel free to do things that they probably would not have done but for that menage a trois. I don't blame Brittany. I think she is the innocent victim of all of this. But honey, once you open up that Pandora box, when you start involving third parties into your relationships, this is what you get. You feel like that after the whole thing is over with, that people are still going to respect boundaries. But not everybody thinks the same way. And so now, because y'all have already crossed those lines, y'all have already erased those boundaries when y'all were like intermixing with one another. And so when everything is said and done, some of the parties might feel like, hey, this could still continue on with or without the other person. You know, we can continue to do our thing because the other person had no problem with us getting down together. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Amanda and Marcelino felt comfortable to do what they were doing because they were already involved in a threesome. Point blank and period. But Brittany, we need you to keep your hands to yourself. We don't want you to go back to prison. Moving on to Chaz and Branwyn. So, y'all, I really didn't want to hear the details. Let's just acknowledge the fact that Chaz and Branwyn consummated their marriage, and let's just leave it at that. So Chaz finally got what he wanted. To tell you the truth, it didn't look like either one was completely satisfied. It didn't look like either one of them was completely happy with what went down. Bronwyn said that Chaz was like a soft, cuddly butterfly. Huh? Um, So Chaz tells her, you know, because he got a little taste of Bronwyn, so he wants more, and he wants to stay a little bit longer. And so he tells Bronwyn, "I'm going to extend my stay for," I think he said, like a whole week. And you know, Bronwyn, she starts. The wheels are turning in her mind on how she can get out of this. She was like, okay, I gave him a little something, something to kind of hold him down so that he can still continue to, you know, furnish my lifestyle. He can still continue to give me money because we know that's what's going on. He's giving her money. She's getting some kind of benefit in this relationship. Um, and it's not the physicality of it. Okay, that's not what she wants out of this. She's getting something out of this. That's why she's still married to him. That's why she has gone as far as she has gone with him, like, you know, getting married, making him think that she's going to move to Kentucky, because she's getting something out of this. And what she's getting out of it is money. And so it came time to pay the piper. So she had to do that because he probably threatened to cut her off. So she had to do what she had to do. And so now he's like, well, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay a little bit longer. And so she's probably like, that wasn't our agreement. You know, I don't think they really want to tell us on camera what's really going down behind the scene, because I'm trying to make sense of this. Like, why was she so hesitant? And now all of a sudden she just gave in. Not only did she just give in, but she wants us to believe that nothing went wrong. Because before, every time he would get close to her, she would have a nervous breakdown. She would hyperventilate. She acted like she was going to pass the hell out, right? And now all of a sudden she just gave in. Everything is hunky-dory, and he was like a soft, cuddly butterfly. Girl, you never had an issue to begin with. You never had a problem to begin with. Somebody in my comments had mentioned, you know, Bronwyn was a lady of the night. So was used to being with people that she wasn't like immediately attracted to. You know, she's used to that. So why all of a sudden now you can't step up to the mic and do what you got to do and perform? So I think he threatened to cut her off. And so she laid it down for him. And then now he wants more. And she's probably thinking, okay, this really wasn't the plan. I was only supposed to give it to him once and he was supposed to leave. But yeah, I don't know if I can be doing this every single day for a week. So she starts talking about, oh, but my school, and I have homework, and I got to do this, and I got to do. But girl, you're not in school all day. You're not in school from sun up to sundown. And it seems like you're like, some of your work is online or something. You're not in school 24 hours. Okay. Even if you're in school 12 hours, honey, you have another 12 to give to your husband. So as they're having this conversation, she gets a call. And so she goes off into the distance to take the call. And it's from some guy who says that he's just been released from jail. It seemed like it's someone that she used to mess with or is currently messing with. We don't really know the full deal yet. So she goes off and has this private conversation, away from her husband. And then when she's done, she comes back and she tells Chaz that it was just her counselor. So Chaz once again mentions to her that he's going to extend his stay. He wants to make it perfectly clear that he is going to be staying in Portland. And Bronwyn talks about, school taking up her time. And then Chaz acts all deflated and like he just been punched in the gut. And so he goes off to the ledge and he just like, you know what, I need a moment. And so he's like having a moment, right? Because he's hurt. He's hurt by the fact that she's not excited that he's going to extend his stay, because in a normal situation, she would have been really excited for her husband to stay a little bit longer. He takes off his ring and he puts it on the ledge, and she's not really like comforting. She's like, what are you doing? And so he gets all up in his feelings, and he's not understanding why Bronwyn is not jumping at the opportunity to spend more time with him. And so this is what happens when everything is built on lies. Chaz, you knew what it was from the get-go. You knew that this woman was only interested in you for your money. Now you want to act like there's emotions involved, there's feelings involved, your heart was involved. When Chaz, you are too damn old to be acting like you don't know what the hell is going on here. You think in a normal situation, a woman like Bronwyn, if y'all were just like in a bar or something, you think you could approach a woman like Bronwyn and have her like fall madly in love with you and want to marry you and be with you for the rest of her life. You really believe that, Chaz? You are too damn old and you've been around the block too many times to be acting stupid like this. You know what it was? It was all about money. And you knew that once she came out of prison, that it wasn't going to be the way it was, because now that she's out and free and can do whatever the hell she wants, she's no longer locked to you or chained to you, because now she can do whatever the hell she wants. And Bronwyn, you also know the what's up. This man was going to expect something out of you, because he's not going to be giving you money, funding your lifestyle, and expect nothing in return. Moving on to Deonte and Lindsay. So Lindsay's spending time with her daughter, Miley Grace. Miley Grace is involved in pageantry. And so they're looking at dresses for some type of pageant that she's going to be in. As she's with her daughter, Deonte keeps calling her, and she keeps putting him on decline because she's spending time with her kid. Moving on from that, I don't want to spend too much time on this stuff because this whole relationship is fake as hell. I don't know if Deonte is in on the fakeness. I have no idea, but we know for sure Lindsay is in on the fakeness. So I don't want to spend too much time on this play, this skit. So Deonte's with his mom, and he finally breaks the news to his mother. They're in a furniture store because he says that he wants to be in a public place when he finally tells his mom what his plans are with Lindsay, so that his mom doesn't kill him. So he tells his mom, Lindsay's out and I want to move to Mississippi and I want to be with her. So the mom gets upset, rightfully so, because she's sick and tired of watching her son continuously make these stupid decisions, and she has to be there to clean up the mess once the inmate has left her son brokenhearted. So she's like, what the hell are you doing? This is stupid. I'm so sick and tired of you making these dumb decisions. And Deonte tells his mom, Deonte says in his confessional, I just don't understand why she can't be happy for me. Why she can't be happy that you're continuously being used by ex-cons, that they are sucking you dry of your money, your life savings, making you look like a fool, using you for all that you have. You don't understand why your mom doesn't support that. Moving on to Amber and Puppy. So Amber drops off Puppy at the home that she shares, I guess, with Eric. And Puppy tells Amber, so Puppy goes into the home and Eric is there waiting for her. So Puppy tells Eric that Amber has invited her and Eric on a double date. And so, Eric is like, oh, hell no, I can't be with one of her. What did he say? crying boyfriends or something, because the last boyfriend that Amber was with and they all went out together, he ended up breaking up with Amber right then and there on the spot because he got all up in his feelings over something. Anyways, so Erica's like, hell no, I'm not interested in that. So then Puppy says that she applied for a job, and Erica's like, what do you need? What the hell do you need a job for? I'm taking care of you. You have, you want for nothing. You need for nothing. I'm taking care of you. You don't need a job. And so Puppy tries to explain that she needs to get her life on track. She needs to start being a little bit more independent, so on and so forth. Why won't Eric let Puppy go to work? You don't want to spend no time with her. You're always running out the door, not telling her where you're going or what the hell you're doing. Why can't she have a job to keep her occupied? If she had a job, she wouldn't be bothering you so damn much. I don't understand that. And if you're taking care of her, okay, why can't she? I mean, whoever says to themselves, okay, this is too much money. We don't need any more money. We have way too much money. This is enough. We don't need any more. Like, come on now. Let the woman work. So he gets his bag and he's out the door, and Puppy's like, where are you going? And he won't tell her. And I'm just like, what is this? What are we doing? Puppy, oh my God, Puppy, what are we doing? What are we doing? What's going on? Like, why do you feel the need to be with someone who clearly doesn't want to be with you? Okay, I'm jumping ahead of myself, but at some point when she was hanging out with Amber, Puppy said that when it's good, it's good. And when it's bad, it's really bad. How come the cameras are never there when it's good? Maybe then we can have an understanding of why you won't leave this man. Because every time that you are with Eric, I don't think it's ever been really good. There's always been some type of issue. I would like to see what happens when it's good. Like, what does it look like when it's good? So the next day, Amber comes over, and she comes over to Puppy and Eric's house, and Puppy's not sure what's going on with Eric and his ex. And then Amber's like, girl, why are you putting up with this? Why are you putting yourself through this? You can have any man you want. Why are you putting yourself through this? So then Eric pops up, and he's like, what are y'all talking about? What's going on? And so Amber's like, you tell me what's going on. And so they reveal to Eric, Amber reveals to Eric the stuff that Puppy's been telling him about the ex-wife. Amber wants to save Puppy, right? She really wants to save Puppy. And I wish Amber would just stay out of Puppy's relationship. When people are in bad relationships, okay, and I'm not talking about abusive, I'm about to kill you kind of relationships. I'm just talking about disrespectful relationships. And you tell your friend, or you try to point out to your friend, this might not be the guy for you because, he makes you sad all the time, blah, blah, blah. And if your friend wants to hang on and they're telling you things like, oh, but when it's good, it's really good. We're really happy to get. After that, I'm not saying nothing more. I'm not saying, because you cannot save an adult. I am not saying anything more. You want to be with him, I'm going to support you, girl. Whatever you want, I'm going to be here to support you. If this is what you want, I'm going to be here to support you. But then I'm going to also be here when it comes crashing down all around you and he's left you high and dry. I'm going to also be here to pick up the pieces. But I can't constantly try to convince another adult to leave their partner. There's something going on there that they're feeding off of one another. There's something, Puppy is getting some type of a benefit from Eric. It might not be something that Amber can see, but there's a reason why she's still in this messed up relationship with this man who seems to have like no time for her. There's something going on there. I don't know if they're drugging together. I don't know if she just needs a place to stay, needs a roof over her head, and he provides that for her. I don't know what the hell is going on, but there's no way I can convince another adult to leave their situation. They'll leave that situation when they're good and ready to leave it. So then Amber tries to convince, because Eric leaves, he takes off again. So then Amber tries to convince Puppy, let's go follow him. And Puppy really doesn't want to, but Amber forces her. So they go and they try to follow him. Did a horrible job in following him and Puppy told Amber, this guy drives in the rear view mirror. Like, he drives constantly looking in his rear view mirror because, he's up to no good. So he's constantly looking over his back. So he leads them to like a dead end to where like there was no choice but to be discovered that they were following him. And so he's like, what the hell are y'all doing? It went horrible. Now Puppy's even more upset with Amber because now Eric is going to be mad at her. That's why I would not even get involved. You know what I'm saying? Because you're involved in a situation where the man's going to be mad at Puppy, and then Puppy's going to be mad at Amber. Now there's going to be tension between Amber and Puppy. You cannot save a grown person. You just can't. Let her experience the full wrath of Eric. And then when Eric decides he's done with puppy, then I can sit down and have a conversation with her and be like, girl, yeah, you need to make better choices in the men that you choose, and you need to stay away from people who are not going to want to give you any respect or any of their time, etc., etc. Go through the whole entire spiel with her when it's all said and done. But baby, when they're in it, the heart wants what the heart wants. Chance and Taylor. So Chance, y'all, Chance just got released from prison after I don't know how many years it was. Was it 7, 8 years? I don't know. He just got released from the penitentiary, and he's already approved for a $200,000 mortgage. Where you have people out here who've been working all their lives, following the law, being upright citizens, who may have like a little smudge on their credit, but cannot even get a loan for a doghouse. And this man, with his criminal ways, got approved for a $200,000 mortgage. Won't he do it? So, he said when he came out of prison, it gets even better. Chance tells us when he got out of prison, his credit score was a negative. Is that even possible? You can have a credit score below 0? Or below, child. Anyways, he said his credit score was a negative. The things you learn. I don't know if he was joking, trying to be facetious or what the hell was going on, but moving on. So he's looking at a house, a pretty nice, large home. And thank God, if this is even going to go through, if this stuff is even real of what we're watching, he's going to include Bobby, because the real estate agent asked him how many people are going to be living here, and he included Bobby as well. And I was like, that's good of you, Chance, to include Bobby. So as he's like looking around the house, he's like, well, I can make this into another room. I can add a staircase here. He's like talking about all the ways he wants to renovate the home. The home is perfect the way it is. And I'm like, oh my God, Chance, you couldn't even renovate a garage. Okay, Bobby is still waiting for her garage apartment, which looks like a death trap. You cannot even renovate a garage, but you're talking about renovating this beautiful home. Please don't add a single nail on a single wall. Don't do anything to this house, Chance. If it's going to, if we have to judge your carpenting skills or your renovation skills based on that damn garage, please, Chance, don't touch this house. So he actually plans to buy a home and surprise Taylor with it. So after looking at the home, so while he's looking at the home, Taylor's at home with her sister. She's FaceTiming her sister, Bobby. And Bobby looks really good, by the way. She looks really, really good. So she's FaceTiming her sister because she took a pregnancy test, but she didn't want to see the results until she had her sister on FaceTime. So now she looks at the results, and the results are positive. She's pregnant. So they have date night later on, Taylor and Chance. And, Taylor in her confessional says that she doesn't want to talk about the pregnancy. She doesn't want to tell him about the pregnancy because she just wants to have a very nice, peaceful evening. But then she's dropping hints that she could be pregnant because she talks about feeling nauseous. She refuses to drink the alcohol. She says the pizza, which she would normally eat, was making her feel nauseous. So it was like, okay, you don't want to tell him that you're pregnant, but like a damn TikTok video, tell me that you're pregnant without telling me that you're pregnant. That's basically what she was doing the whole night. So then they start talking about money, and Taylor tells him that she talks about, you added, we have all these added expenses now because you got this damn truck. And Chan says, well, I wanted to surprise you. That's why I got it, because I wanted to surprise you. And Taylor's like, how can you surprise me with a truck that you bought for yourself? Like, what the hell are you talking about? So, Taylor tells him that he needs to discuss with her before he makes any major decisions. Well, he went through this whole process of being approved for a mortgage without telling her. So that's going to be really fun when he finally tells her that. Because even though I'm pretty sure she's happy about the home, think about the expenses that these people are now going to have. Taylor doesn't make a lot of money. Chance says that he can easily make money. He says he can put 20 stacks in the bank account in a short amount of time. He can put 20 stacks in there because he can go out, find these jobs where he can make quick money really, really fast. $1,000 here, $1,000 there, by doing whatever he does. And, but the only reason, this is what he tells her, the only reason why I haven't been doing those type of jobs is because I've been trying to spend more time with you and the girls. And buying trucks and buying homes. You're also spending your time doing all of that. When you think about it, I guess he's got the ability to make money. I have no idea. But Taylor doesn't make a lot of money. So now they're going to have a baby, a mortgage, a new truck with rims and tires, plus your regular monthly expenses, plus 3 children to raise. Now 4. I mean, it's just ridiculous. These people are just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Chance is ridiculous for not telling Taylor about the truck and the home. They're both ridiculous for trying to have another baby before they're not even married yet. Their finances are all over the place. Moving on. Shawn and Sarah. Oh my God, dear Lord. I hate talking about Shawn and Sarah, Destiny and Kelly. I really, really do. Let me make this as concise and as quickly as possible because I've kept y'all here way too damn long. Okay. There's a moment where they're supposed to have the first look. I have no idea what that is until I saw it on this episode. The first look is when the bride and groom are dressed and ready to go, and they have this one little moment together, just the two of them. And it's like a very special moment where they see each other for the first time, in their wedding garb. And but that didn't happen because Shawn is talking to his daughter Gracie, apologizing to her for being a horrible dad, promising her that he's going to give his kids another. He wants his kids to give him another chance, and makes all these promises to her he's going to do better. Gracie's like, you know what? It felt like you were trying to replace us when you went off and decided to have another baby with Sarah. And he's like, no, I'm not trying to replace y'all. She says, you made us feel like we were just your tryout family. Girl, y'all were not his tryout family. 6 kids is not a tryout. Okay. Y'all were anything but a tryout family. So he makes all these promises. I guess she accepts it, whatever. I don't know. And while Sarah is waiting to do the first look with Shawn, instead of turning around and seeing Shawn, she turns around and sees Kelly. Kelly wants to forewarn her about how horrible Shawn is. Kelly, number one, it's none of your business. The heart wants what the heart wants. She wants to be with this man. She's going to be with this man. What do you expect her to do? To cancel the wedding minutes before it's supposed to start? Like, what the hell are you doing, Kelly? She's going to find out in due time whether Shawn is good or bad for her. She's going to find all of that out in due time. You cannot rescue another adult from doing what the hell they want to do when it comes to situations of the heart. So Kelly is like, she kind of softens up a little bit to Sarah because she was like, she wasn't this big, bad, ugly monster that I thought she was going to be, like Destiny. She was actually really beautiful in her dress. So they kind of have like an understanding with one another. Who the hell cares? Destiny was supposed to be on her way to Ohio, but she changed her mind because she said she was having contractions. So she has to be rushed to the ER because she's going through a lot of pain. The girl is vaping. Did y'all see that? I don't know. I don't know anything about vaping. I don't know if there's actual chemicals in those vaping things, if it's actual tobacco in there, or what the hell they're inhaling. But I know for damn sure if I'm blowing out smoke, whatever the hell is in those vaping things, I don't want that to go into my baby. Whatever the hell that is, whether it's safe or not safe, I would not want that. If it's causing me to blow out smoke or vapes or whatever the hell, I don't want that in my baby. But there she is, having contractions, 7 months pregnant, and she's vaping. The wedding happens. I fast forward through the vows. I didn't care about that. The wedding happens. I thought it was a really nice venue. I thought her dress was the wedding was nice. Bottom line, the wedding was really, really nice. And I'm so glad that, Destiny's baby stopped her. Her baby had more sense than her because the baby was like, if you don't get your butt back to wherever the hell you came from, I'm going to bust out of here. And I think that's why she started having contractions. So the wedding was nice. Brittany and Ray. So Brittany goes dress shopping with her mom, and while they're dress shopping, by the way, the third dress I think it was that she tried on, the mermaid dress, I thought fit her perfectly. Because she was trying on these big Cinderella dresses. The big poofy gowns that are like, really full skirts. I don't think those are really made for women who are past a certain age. I think those kind of dresses are cute for like if you're like 20, 21, the full big poofy skirt part like a Cinderella dress. Those are fun. I think if you're really young. I think once you're like 30, we need to kind of elevate our style a little bit, kind of have something a little, I don't know, a little bit more. I didn't think she looked. I did not like the Cinderella gowns. I preferred the mermaid dress on her. It fit her like a glove. I mean, the boobs were perfectly sitting. Her curves were accentuated. That dress was gorgeous. I hope she goes with that style and not that Cinderella style. Her mom is like, "Are you going to do a prenup? You need to do a prenup because you are set to inherit a lot from me and your dad. You know, the land that we have, the money that we have, and I need you to do a prenup." And so Brittany was kind of like, "Well, don't you think he's going to be mad?" Yeah, he probably is going to be mad. But what are you going to do, right? So Brittany goes home. She goes home and she talks to Ray about it. She talks to Ray about the prenup. And Ray was like, "Do you think we need a prenup?" And Brittany says, "Well, I think we should get more education about it. You know, let's go talk to a lawyer." And then, they're going to slide that paper across the table and have him sign it. So Ray was not really feeling it. Ray acted like he was going to be mad. Ray acts like he's going to be mad, but he's going to sign it, and he's going to marry Brittany, and he's going to go live by Brittany's parents' rules, and that's just how it's going to be. Ray ain't going nowhere. So Ray acts like he's upset about it because Ray says that first of all, Brittany tells him it's not about you. You're making it all about you. It's not about you. It's about my parents wanting to protect me. The way Ray sees it, he's like, "I've done everything right. I came out of prison. Okay, fine. I did wrong. I paid my debt to society. Now I'm out. I'm paying my restitution. I got a good paying job. I'm still here with you. I'm not beating on you. I'm not cheating on you. I come home to you every single night. I'm taking care of you. But your parents still see me as the damn villain, So he was like, "I'm doing the right thing, proposing marriage to you, wanting to spend the rest of my life with you. And now they're going to be like, I got to sign a prenup." Like they don't trust him. Like, what more do I have to do to prove to your people that I am here for you and you only? So I see where he's coming from, but honey, I think everybody should sign a prenup, truth be told, whether you got a lot of money or not a lot of money, because the odds are stacked against all of us because the divorce rate in the United States is pretty damn high. I looked it up online and it's not quite at 50%, but it's close to 50%. It's like 44%, the divorce rate in the US. It's slowly been declining. So since 2020, it's been about 44%, but the odds are stacked against all of us when it comes to getting married. A lot of these marriages don't work out in this country. So there's nothing wrong with doing a prenup whether you got a lot or you don't got a lot. You just need to have an understand. Like when everything is said and because a lot of the times when you get a divorce, it gets so tied up with the finances. It's better just to have an understand. It's like having a will. I mean, we all know we're going to die, so that's not a good example because you don't want to get a divorce, and a divorce is not guaranteed. But I don't see anything wrong with it. I really don't. If somebody asks me, can we sign a prenup? I'm going to sign a prenup, but I'm going to make sure that my interest is also covered. I'm just not going to sign something to where the other person benefits everything and I get nothing. So Ray, make sure that your interest is covered as well. There's nothing wrong with it, but he's going to sign it. He's not going to fight it. That is my review. Too damn long. If you made it this far, I love you. I appreciate you. You mean everything to me for spending all 38 minutes with me. You're a real trooper. You're a real soldier. Thank you so much. On your way out, please do not forget to rate the video. And if you like this content, please subscribe. And I'll most definitely talk to you later. Bye.